Jared Jones saw Dr. Keith Meister yesterday. After a lot of contemplation, a lot of learning from multiple experts in and outside the industry, ultimately Jared and his team, in support of the Pirates, decided to proceed with surgery. Surgery of the right elbow forearm complex. That surgery is happening today. Now, out of fairness to Jared and his team, we will learn of the details of the specifics of the surgery and ultimately the prognosis and time frame for return. So I'll pause there before we get into any other of the pitchers if there's any questions in regards to Jared Jones.
What is the aim for the surgery to fix? What are they trying to fix here?
Again, the injury to the forearm elbow complex. Look, I know I'm not trying to be coy or anything, but out of fairness to the process, and Jared will have all those details, and as soon as we have those details, we will let everybody know.
Is there a possibility that this isn't Tommy John surgery? I know there's a possibility that it is, but is there a possibility that there's alternative solutions?
Again, Kev, I would love to give you all the details once we learn of them, because we don't have all the details yet. We're still in that learning phase, but we do know what's most important is that Jared made the decision to proceed with surgery. What we do know about Jared and how he's approached his current rehab, and what we do know of him as a human being, and he's going to dominate this rehab. Excuse me. And most importantly, Jared feels terrible. He feels terrible because he's not able to compete with his teammates the rest of the season. And we as an organization, we're going to support him like we have with all our other professional athletes that have undergone any type of procedures to the body and the throwing arm.
What kind of led to this? Did he suffer a setback in his rehab? Did he do something during his throwing program that kind of led to getting this evaluation and then ultimately deciding to have surgery?
Late last week, when he was thrown out to 100 feet, the elbow just didn't feel good. So he relayed that information to our rehab team, our medical team, and that's when we quickly pivoted, consulting with our own physicians, consulting with Dr. Meister, and he was seen yesterday.
Todd, I know there are a lot of questions. Why not sooner? How does that process? I mean, obviously it's up to the player, correct? And then it's just trying to avoid surgery at all costs. Why not sooner? I guess
that's a great question. There's two components to that. The first component is obviously there's an injury, and you learn from the experts to assess what that injury is and what the options are. In early March, the whole gamut of options were expressed and shared with Jared and his camp. And at that time, and the second most critical component to this is the psychological component. When a professional athlete is committed to a process, whether it's surgery, committed to a new plan, that they have to have that in their front of their minds to know this is the best decision. And at that point, Jared wasn't ready for that, and we didn't think that was the right and appropriate. I mean all of us. That was the necessary step. So through this process, through the last 6 weeks, what we learned is, as Jared shared with me yesterday and shared with us, that he can no longer continue to build back into competition without proceeding with surgery.
I don't know, you said there is a timetable, but is it safe to assume 2025 is off the table with this?
That is an accurate statement, yes.
Was it just that one day? I mean, was it just that one where he experienced any discomfort, or was there any indication between when he started throwing whatever it was in late April until whatever day it was last week that something was not right?
There wasn't any indication. As we've given you the updates as the weeks went by, he was good at 60 feet. He was good with the rehab, and it was about 150 feet, which generally what we've learned with other athletes, that's kind of where if there's going to be a setback, where when you get into the 100 feet, 120 feet phase is where the injury will manifest itself again.
Was there what were the like when you guys originally decided to put Jared through rehab, what were the chances that this might happen? Or did you guys feel pretty comfortable with where the UCL was at that point?
As we've learned from Dr. Meister, as we learned from multiple second opinions physicians throughout this whole process, there's not a zero chance when you're dealing with human beings, especially elite professional athletes, when it comes to surgery would be an option. But at that time, late March, all the experts felt that this was based on timing, based on the information that we knew, that this was a fighting chance to see if he could return.
Keep going on your list.
Yeah. So we'll continue on with the pitchers. Yohan Oviedo, some good news. As we last spoke a couple weeks ago, he was cleared to begin throwing sides. He has thrown 4 sides to date, no issues. They're being very cognizant and aware of his intensity. That was one thing that we felt that we learned through the hiccup with the lat injury, that the intensity got a little to be spiked a little bit, so that's something they're focusing on, but he is making really good strides. Loretta is in Indianapolis, as you've seen, continues his rehab assignment without any issues. Justin Lawrence was seen by Dr. Meister late last week, I believe, and it was determined that he needed a PRP injection. He needs another 3 weeks of rest and rehab, and then we will reassess to see for throwing status at that time. Colin Holderman with the right thumb. We announced right thumb inflammation. To get a little bit more granular with that, it is right thumb tenosynovitis. That is a tendon of an inflamed tendon of the thumb that is very debilitating for anybody that has a career in gripping and throwing a baseball. We're learning more still. He's going to be seen by Dr. Don Sheridan in Arizona next week. We will assess the next steps for Colin as well. Transitioning over the position players, Gonzalez, he's in Indy. We intend for him to begin rehab games soon. The ankle is fine. He is cleared to participate in games. He participated in 1 game. Unfortunately, in that game, he got hit in the right hand. All the tests initially were read as negative. He is swinging the baseball bat with minimal symptoms. Unlikely to play today. We will reassess for game readiness tomorrow for Nick Gonzalez. Andy Rodriguez, he has no restrictions. He's with the Indianapolis club playing. No problems there. And finally, Valdez. Valdez was seen by Dr. Dugas in Birmingham, Alabama for his left shoulder. It was determined that he needed surgery as well, confirmed by the original diagnosis of a dislocated shoulder. That surgery was performed yesterday. The surgery performed was a slap repair. Estimated return to full competition, being that's his non-dominant shoulder, in approximately 6 months' time.
Anything on Hunter Barco?
Yes, as we saw, Hunter Barco came out of his last start in AAA, shaking his left arm. He was examined by the team down there, team physicians, a mild muscle strain of the left shoulder. He has resumed throwing. He's out to 120 feet. They're taking it day by day. Once they see how he gets through some flat ground, we'll most likely put him on a slope and see where he's at after that, or throw a bullpen.
Is Carson Reed kind of on the IL?
He was, and he appeared in a game yesterday with the FCL, I believe 1 inning, 24 pitches or so he's back in the competition.
Said 6 months for Valdez? Is that correct?
Yes.
Good.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for entertaining us.